So look, if you want to grow your wealth, your income, and increase the amount of time off, then these are the shortcuts that can help. Welcome to the Wealth Creation Podcast.
Welcome to the podcast show. So in today's session, I want to talk about the state of the UK, and boy, it seems to be a bit of a mess, doesn't it, really? And let's face it, times are hard for a lot of people. We speak to a lot of clients, we speak to a lot of non-clients. People are looking for ways of making additional money. We are currently selling more training courses because people are looking for, and there's a various number of things that people are looking for, but they're looking for how to make money. We created one. What was the one we created just a few days ago? We've had quite a few downloads of it. So we've got a millionaire mindset visualization daily routine, which was really interesting to create, by the way, because it's like a free training course, and it just gives you some affirmations and visualizations which you can use, so you can imagine what your future is going to be like in 12 months time, and then it will help you set apart what you actually need to do in order to make that result come true. Because in order to get a result, first of all, we have to think about the result that we want. It has to happen in our heads first. If it doesn't happen in our heads first, it generally isn't going to happen elsewhere. You have to have absolute belief that the thing that you're going for is, you have to have faith. The thing that you're going for is the thing that's actually going to get you the result. And obviously that can be really challenging because you have, life gets in the way and it comes and slaps you across the face like a big wet fish. And that's a great visualization, that, isn't it? And it just knocks you out of kilter, and you find it really difficult to get back on track. And the thing that will get you back on track is the visualization of where you're going to be 12 months from now. And that's why we do it. That's why we give it away. And then one of the other things we've just done as well this week, we've been really busy this week. Bear in mind, we've gone live almost every day, and yet we're still creating all this stuff. And also, don't forget, we've got some tremendous results for our clients, which we'll probably go through at some point in this session. But the other thing that we got was the One Simple Offer, which is a lead generation program. It's like 17 quid. We've sold quite a few of those as well, which is really cool because there's a worksheet and then there's a full video session. And then after you've done it all, as long as you've actually gone through the training, which is not a massive training for 17 quid, it's not huge and it doesn't have to be. But then you get a free phone call at the end. And what do we cover on that call? We call it something. 15-minute strategy call to refine your offer and get expert feedback. So we launched that this week and the sales on that's gone very well. But what we find is that people are after a number of different things. They're after how to make money, obviously. They want to know how to market, obviously, right? Because they want more money, and the way you get more money is through marketing. And also the mindset stuff is really paramount right now. Like, I think people are broken. It's really bad, but people are simply broken, and I get it. I totally understand it, and I've gone through it myself at various times. It's not like you get over something and then you're fixed and nothing will ever go wrong ever again, because that's not what life is about. Life comes and it slaps you across the face, and then just as you think you're over it, something else comes and slaps you across the face as well. I don't know why we think that life is supposed to be easy or great. It's not. It takes a lot of work and a lot of mental work in order to maintain a positive outlook, because life will just come and keep slapping you across the face with a wet fish. So that's what we've discovered. People after making more money, they need to do more marketing, and they've got to get the mindset on track. And in today's session, I'm going to go through 10 different things that I think will probably help you. Certainly one or two of these will help. And actually, probably most of these are going to help you. Like 7 out of 10 of these will actually help you. Obviously, you've got to stay on to see what we're going to talk about, Dan. Who knows? I know. So if you've got any comments, by the way, please put them in the chat box down below. We had some really cool comments yesterday. Somebody asked me, who is this Silver Fox? Get in, I'll take that one. And then someone said, Leeds is full of scum, which I thought was hilarious. A guy called Tom, that was brilliant. Thanks for that. Really made my day, did that. Okay, number one. Leverage digital marketing. Like right now, when we live stream, I don't know what we had yesterday, 25, 50 people. Did a live stream last week. We had 1,000 people, which is cool. But then off that live stream, we're able to pull out the audio. So then that goes out onto iTunes and Spotify and Amazon and LinkedIn and YouTube as podcasts, which is really cool, right? Because that extends our reach. And in fact, I noticed somebody bought the property sourcing training from us. And let me tell you what the path they took. They landed on our website. They got a free download called 52 Topics to Livestream About. It's in the website. I can't remember if I put the link down below, but it's Daniel Latto. Just do a search for him. It's not difficult. 52 Topics to Livestream About. So they got that one. Then they downloaded something else. Oh, they watched our property sourcing on-demand webinar. So they watched that, which is like a 20-minute webinar about why you should be a property sourcer and so on. And then after that, they went on to the property sourcing training and they purchased for £27 property sourcing training. So think about that for a second. We're talking about leveraging digital marketing, but somehow they found our website. We are running ads, so it could be an advert, could be all the digital content, could be the live streams. Who knows, right? Because it's like we bake this marketing cake. You think about a cake, once it's baked, try and take the eggs out. You can't. That's what marketing should be like. It should be very, very difficult to work out where your clients are coming from because you've got that much going out, right? That makes sense, right? You want to sell more, you need a lot more marketing, more eyeballs on your stuff. So they took the free 52 Topics to Livestream About. They watched a webinar and then they bought the product. 3 separate touch points. And by the way, when it's me on the webinar, it's just me on a webinar, right? It's pre-recorded, it's evergreen, so it's just available. You can download it anytime you want. But because it's me, then when they buy the training, it's me again. So it's not like, oh my gosh, who is this guy? Because they've already seen me. Bear in mind, I'm this northern monkey who sounds like this and looks like this, right? Like I've got quite a lot going against me. And yet they still decided to go ahead and purchase that software and that training, I should say. And this is the thing, right? Is that you've got to be producing content. You've got to be giving away stuff of value. So like the one offer away is a £17 product, right? That's worth a lot more than £17. You know, normally we'd sell that for 97 quid, right? But we haven't. There's a whole sales plan behind that one piece of content. It's not one piece of content, it's multiple pieces of content because it's a full-on training course. But we have to sit down and create it. And in sitting down and creating it, we also have to have like faith that what we're doing is going to work. And do we do things from time to time that absolutely falls flat on its arse? Yes, it happens quite a lot. Do we talk about it? No. If at first you don't succeed, sweep it under the carpet and hope it never gets talked about again. That's what life is, right? The swan on the top of a lake, you know, is just gliding across effortlessly, and underneath the water is his little legs, flapping away, trying to get from one side to the other. But that's not what you see on top of the surface, right? That's what running a business is like. That's what my life is like. If at first you don't succeed, hide all the evidence that you ever tried. It's a wonderful saying. So you've got to be leveraging the digital marketing assets, which is a whole topic on its own, but you should have assets. So we got the 52 Topics to Livestream About. That's a 2 or 3 page download. So people can just live stream once a week and we've got something to live stream about. Brilliant. Then they went on to a property sourcing webinar. I did maybe 10 webinars every Thursday, one after the other. And then when I got a good one, we recorded them all, but the good one we kept. We uploaded that to Vimeo, and then we created a whole marketing funnel around that. So these are digital assets, right? You know, an asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A digital asset can also put money in your pocket, but it can also put email addresses in your pocket. Not in your pocket, in your active campaign, MailChimp, whatever it happens to be. But you need to be creating digital assets. The more digital assets you've got, the more you're going to appeal to the person that wants that specific digital asset. So that person who bought, they downloaded 52 Topics to Livestream About. They saw the property sourcing webinar, signed up for that. We persuaded them on the webinar, which isn't really a persuasive webinar. It's just giving information and some education. And then they decided to buy the actual £27 product. So 3 separate items, 2 or 3 of charge. The third one was the paid for. And that's like the Gary V's jab, jab, hook, right? Where you give away 3 pieces of content and then you ask for the sale. That is literally exactly that. But the only reason we can do that is because we've got the free content available. We've got the paid content available. And then we've marketed the crap out of ourselves on live streams, podcasts, images, videos, taking out the little short videos and putting those out everywhere. Do we get abuse? Of course we get abuse. Why would we not get abuse? Everybody gets abused. It's a non-anonymity and anonymity and abuse. That is the way of social media these days. We have got some chats, by the way. Let me see. Designer. Oh, let's put that one on. That's really cool. So he said, "Hi, mate." And then he said, "Tell your mum I said hi." So that's really nice, isn't it? Thank you for that. You're such a nice person. I fell in love with a stripper and her name is Sadie. Good for you. I don't think she loves you back though, mate, to be fair. I put that back on. That's always fun. I always love these comments. There's nothing like being abused on social media by people who hide and don't say it to your face, because if we did, we'd punch them in the face and we'd smack them on the ass. Yeah, violence has a place, let's face it. But the anonymity, I can't even say, of social media is always amazing. It always makes me have a little laugh. But that's where we're at. That's what you need to be inputting into your business, all these digital marketing assets of some kind. If you want to send me some abuse, folks, please just go straight ahead, because I will read them out. And most of them, unless they're like full of bad words. But it really helps on the engagement. So I don't care. I'm happy. They're usually twitchers, by the way. It's usually young kids, young men who live at home in the basement of their mum's house. So, leverage digital marketing. Let me find some results that we had, client success, because in the leveraging of digital marketing, so on my notes, I put use SEO, social media, email marketing to attract customers without higher advertising costs, which is 100% true. And then, for example, because I feel like we have to give examples as to why you should be doing it, because I know that a lot of people, they create this stuff, right? And they go live maybe once a month or once a week, and they're not getting the results. And the reason why they are not getting the results is because they've not got enough faith in themselves or in the process. And you have to have faith in the process. You have to be putting your stuff out there, even though you're going to get abused by, where is he? Even though you're getting abused by knobheads like Designer, who hides behind the keyboard because his little weenie ass don't come and say it to your face. Like, even though you're going to get that, you still have to put that content out there because it's irrelevant, right? What is irrelevant is the money that you make from putting out your content. That's the bit that you've got to focus on, but you have to focus on the process and have faith in that process. So 131% traffic increase on overall website traffic. For a targeted social media campaign. Referral traffic from other websites up by 282%. I mean, isn't that amazing? Search engine traffic up by 684%. So when I hear people going, well, Dan, I've done digital marketing, it just doesn't work. Of course it bloody well works. You're watching this, aren't you? If you're listening to my words, either on Spotify or Amazon or whatever that happens to be, or iTunes, thank you. If you're watching this, thank you. If you're commenting not nice things or nice things, thank you. It works, because you wouldn't be watching this if it didn't work. So it does work. And so you need to have more faith in yourself and in the process of digital marketing. The question is, how much do you have to produce? And the answer is a shit ton. There's no way of sugarcoating it. There are some things that you can do, right? You can talk about interesting things. Digital marketing is not an interesting thing. One of our clients is a sheep shearer, right? His most popular video has 1 million views. Well, I think my most popular video has got like 250,000 views, which I think is amazing anyway. But he gets regularly tens of thousands of views shearing sheep. I don't know why people find that interesting, but people do. And he sells training courses off the back of it, and he sells merchandise. I think that's amazing. We can't do that, right? Because it's marketing and it's dull as dishwater. But you have to have faith in the fact that what you're doing is going to go out and reach people, and it doesn't have to be reaching everybody. It doesn't have to reach thousands of people. It just has to reach the people who put their hand in the pocket, get the credit card out, and buy whatever it is that you're selling. So you have to leverage digital marketing. And then the second thing, number 2, then, improve customer service. And this is kind of one of the things that really annoys me. People go, my customer service is so good. Oh, I always answer the phone in 3 rings. It's like, dude, you're supposed to answer the phone in 3 rings. Your customer service is supposed to be good. How about making outreach? I was just thinking about it, and I thought about this. Would that help in your business? Anything like that. Customer service isn't just inbound, waiting for a call to ring, for a phone to ring because you've got a problem with something, something's not working, now you need to go fix it. Customer service is sales. Customer service is reaching out. Hey, you bought this product last week. How's that going? We have a follow-up mechanism by email, so it's automated, but we still have one. And we follow up. How's it going? How's your training going? Because we want to get into some level of engagement, because then they might go, oh, I've got this problem with this website and I don't know how to fix it. Can you help? Well, yeah, because we do websites. So being good at customer service will open up some opportunities for you to act as a salesperson. And everybody in your organization is sales. Everybody, even the cleaner. You have a cleaner. They are your sales. Give them some business cards. You know, the old story is Kennedy was in Cape Canaveral Space Center, and he came across a cleaner and a janitor, as they're called in America. And he said, "What do you do here?" And he said, "Sir, I said, help send rockets to the moon." Brilliant. Total salesperson, right? Everybody in your organization should be in customer service and in sales, because customer service is sales. Customer retention, spotting potential upsells or cross sells onto different products that they might want to purchase. So, for example, Dan, I've got this problem with this website. Can you help? Yes, I can. 600 quid for a website. There you go. Okay, brilliant. Thanks. What's happening on your traffic to your website? Oh, I don't know how to do that. Okay. Have you got a landing page? No, I haven't got that. Have you got Facebook ads? No, I haven't got that. Okay, why not buy the one offer away training? It's only £17. Then you can work through how to do that. And then why not book a call with me, and we'll see if we want to give you some help, or if you want to help, ask us for some help, we can help you do that. Like, they are sales opportunities, but you can only get those through better customer service. If you've got any comments, by the way, please put them in down below. Let me go back to a stripper comment, because I always love other stripper comments. I just find them really funny. It's just hilarious. The anonymity of internet is a wonderful thing. Right up until it's not. Right up until we find your IP address, and then we come and find you. Networking and collaboration. So a lot of people, you know, for example, I live in Spain. For me to go to a networking event is very challenging. I literally have to get on a plane to go to a networking event. So we stream more than we network. However, when I'm in the UK, I still go to networking events, and I put out there, hey, I'm going to this networking event if you want to come and meet me. So I've had this where I've been on stage at events, and I said, just out of interest, who's never seen me before? And like 75% of the hands will go up. Okay. And then it's like, well, how many other people have actually seen me online but have never met me? Usually there's another 20% of hands go up. The other 5% of people that see me online, and they already know who I am. But that 20% of people, they've seen me online, but they've never met me. That 20% is a good opportunity for you to network, to diagnose what problems they have, to see if what you sell is appropriate for them. And this is the way that you do it. And you go, hey, Bob, how's it going? What do you do? And they say something like, Dan, I know who you are because I follow you online and I listen to your podcast and blah, 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 blah. Great. What's your biggest problem that you got right now, Bob? And they'll say something like, I don't know, website's not working. We need more traffic. We need more sales. Okay, Bob, well, that's something that we can help with. As you know, why have you not put a call in? How about we speak on the phone tomorrow for 20 minutes and have a coffee? Or before we have coffee, let's just do it on the phone. See if we can get some kind of thing going there. That's it. Thanks very much, Bob. Lots of people I need to speak to. We'll speak tomorrow. Here's your business card, blah, blah, blah. There you go. Networking, done. It should be as simple as that. Not going to a networking event and speaking to the same 3 people that you've seen for the last 6 months. Go out and meet new people. But it has to be in this combination as well. There's no point in just going to networking events. You need to also live stream. And there's no point in just live streaming. You also need to go to networking events. And you also have to email and leverage all the digital marketing stuff that we talked about, and all the customer service stuff as well. So join business groups, attend events, and build partnerships to create more opportunities. Going to just property events, for example, if you're a property investor, I think is a mistake anyway. If you're a sourcer and you want to find people with money, you don't find those at property events, right? They're at property events because we don't have any money. You find them at networking events, business events maybe, or charity balls. Go horse riding, get in a VIP paddock. I got a really funny story. We went to Pontefract races many, many years ago. I was single at the time, and we got very, very drunk. And I happened to find a VIP badge, which got us into the VIP paddock, into the bar kind of thing. So I thought, oh, I'll go in there. So I put it on and I went in. I was so drunk. It was very funny. I talked absolute bollocks for quite a long time. Anyway, one of the guys that I spoke to became a client. Like, that's from a networking. It wasn't even a networking event. We were just drunk at the races in Pontefract, for God's sake. If you've ever been to Pontefract races, it's a whole new level of person who goes to those. It's very interesting. You should do it. But you could go to Ascot and Ladies' Day, and you can go to charity events and meet people who've got enough money. I was at a charity event. A guy paid 10 grand for some charity thing. Like, oh my gosh! Like, instant target to network with these people because they've got money, and they might be able to either invest in your business or invest in a property, or they might want something. They're very successful. We were a guy who did jelly deals in London, turned up in an LP 640 Murcielago, I think it was, if memory serves, and he sells jelly deals. But you might meet someone like that who goes, actually, Dan, we're just having our website redone. Do you want to take a look? Or we need some marketing for our jelly deals because people don't eat as much jelly deals as they used to in the 60s and 70s and 80s or 90s. Like, who knows? But you've got to get yourself out and in front of as many people as you can. And you've got to be in the right room. If you're in the wrong room, doesn't matter how much networking you're going to do, not going to work. You have to be in the right room. And if you can get in the right room, if you're one of those people who go, oh, well, networking, it just doesn't work. It's probably because you're not in the right room and you need to adapt. Excuse me. So next one, diversify income streams. This is something we're doing massively in, 2025? And if I just go and take a look at our website, one of the things we said to ourselves this year is that we are going to create and produce more online training courses because we felt that whilst we have clients and they're on residual retainers, which is brilliant, and so we can kind of guarantee how much money we're going to have, we lost some clients in 2024 because although their website hits were up, they weren't closing as much business because there's changes in the marketplace for all sorts of reasons. ChatGPT is a massive reason, and that's going to get worse, not better. So you have to diversify your income streams. So, for example, we've always had coaching, but at one point in 2024, we took coaching off, we put it back on. And actually, we've given a discount on the first month now, like 50% off. So if you buy a property sourcing training at 27 quid, normally you can buy coaching for £200. It's like £98.50. So it's half price at the point of sale. So that's a really good way of doing it. So we've diversified our income streams away from just residual income. Although coaching is residual income as well, it's a more one-on-one, and then also you can identify any other areas that they may need help with, a website or content or whatever it happens to be. But also, we've been working really hard on producing more online sales courses or online digital courses, which people can buy and attend. And that's worked really well, actually. So we created the content creation machine, which basically took the whole of December. That was a lot. 13 modules, God knows how many videos. It's a lot of work producing that. But we've made sales on that, which is really cool. And we'll make sales on that throughout 2025 and 2026. We did the work in December 2024, but we're still going to keep on making money on those. And is it giving lots of value to clients? Absolutely. It's rampacked full of everything that we do in a digital marketing agency, in fact. The next one we created was the one offer away, and we actually created that this week and launched it this week. And we've had sales on that this week. I don't believe that you should be, well, I'm going to create this training course and the release date is in July, 6 or 7 months from now. What? No. What are we? 7th of February, release date, 1st of March at the latest. 3 weeks? Oh my gosh. No, now I have to really work hard. Yeah, that's the whole point. And create one a month. Creating online training, or even having upsells, for example, like if you did a workshop or you've got a workshop tomorrow that you're running, film the damn thing. Even if you can just film the audio and you can have that as a downloadable bonus. So then when you're selling your training course or when you're selling something else, you can add that as bonus number one. MP3 of the last training course that we did. Like that's powerful stuff, right? So in terms of diversifying income streams, adding online training into the mix that you've recorded, it's really easy to do. We've got a product called Rapid Course Creation, shows you how to do it in just 2 weeks, okay? And you should have your first sale in 2 weeks. It can be as simple as that, or you can make it much harder, much more difficult, and you can never make a sale. Like, it is literally a mindset thing, not, well, people don't want to buy it thing. I speak to people all the time who don't have the confidence to build something online and sell it because they have low self-worth, or they are worried that the other people don't think it's going to be very good. I have it. I have exactly that, by the way. One Offer Away workshop is amazing, and yet still, in my mind, I'm like, oh, but what if it's not good enough? And you've got to somehow get rid of those because it will be good enough. I've attended lots of training and I've bought lots of training, and lots of training is not very good, right? And hopefully it's not one of yours, right? But most of it isn't very good, and it's too complicated. It's too much waffle. It's too much. Buy this course and get 24 hours of oh my god, 24 hours of training. Let me answer the question in a really easy way, right? I've got the cure for cancer. Do you want that on 24 DVDs, or do you want it on this 3-minute video? Well, I'll take a 3-minute video every single time, because the value isn't in the length of the content. The value is in the knowledge, in the content, right? It's one of the reasons why we only do short video snippets, maybe 5 to 7 or 10 minutes long maximum, because nobody's sitting through a 2-hour workshop. Nobody. It has to be broken down into chapters or episodes or lessons, whatever you want to call them. But diversifying income streams comes from online training. Let me just grab a quick drink. If you've got a comment about that, by the way, I'd love you just to stick it in the chat. So, are there other things that you can do to diversify your income streams? Of course there is. Let me see. Online courses, memberships. Memberships are really hard because people go, well, it's 50 quid. If I just get 100 people, it's £5 a month, never have to work. Getting 100 people on a £50 membership is really hard. And then once you've got them on, they stay for like 2 or 3 months. And then when they review their direct debits every month, going, oh, I'm not into that anymore. That's really challenging, by the way. So you can do it, but it is hard work. It's as hard a job as any other job that's hard, right? Lots of jobs are hard. Adding extra bonuses, if people buy, not bonuses, upsells, that will also help you generate more revenue. Let's talk about upskilling. Number 5, upskilling, learning new strategies. You know, the world is different, and the world has been different for quite some time because, you know, we had COVID, now we've got Brexit, then Ukraine, now we've got Donald Trump and Elon Musk doing all sorts of interesting things, is one way of saying it. But the world is not the same. And if you're waiting for the world that we had to come back, there's a lot of nostalgia going around right now. I saw a thread about the 1990s about, you know, people watching old versions of the bill and what a more simplistic world we lived in there. And I would probably agree with it. It was more simplistic. We live in a very complicated world right now. If you don't know how to use a phone with apps, like, you're screwed, right? So it is very difficult. But this is an opportunity for you to learn new skills. Like ChatGPT is a brand new skill. You need to learn prompt engineering. Like, go to Amazon. I've never looked at this, by the way, but I'm betting there are books on prompt engineering for ChatGPT engineering. Here we go. I bet there's a whole ton of, oh my gosh, crafting effective prompts, $12.79. Ultimate ChatGPT handbook for enterprises, transform the enterprise landscape. There's loads. Prompt engineering for generative AI, LLMs. LLM is the language learning method, I think. Model, I should say. Language learning model. It's what ChatGPT sits on. Look at me showing off with my stuff. Writing AI prompts for dummies. Go get yourself a dummies book. ChatGPT made simple. Prompt engineering ChatGPT. Crafting effective prompt. Like, there's a million of them, right? This is the new world that we're living in. And you might not want to live in that world. We don't really have much of a choice. It is being forced on us. The old world is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And nostalgia's great. It's the old joke, by the way. Nostalgia's not what it used to be. Um, so, but it's gone. That world has gone. If you want to live in the 1990s, watch DVDs from the 1990s, or VHS if you really want to do it, because we didn't have DVDs, did we? So that old world has gone. You're going to have to learn new skills and new strategies in order to grow your business, in order to deal with better mental well-being. Like the whole mental well-being has had a massive movement in the last 5 or 10 years. Sadly, men under 50, I think it is, suicide is still the biggest rate of death for men under 50 or 55, whatever it is. Because despite, it's like polishing a turd. It's like putting a plaster over a broken arm. Your mental health's really important. You ask any man how important he feels his mental well-being is, nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn, right? So, and if you go, I don't agree with that, go out and ask some men. Just trust me on this. Just go out and ask them. Nobody cares. But even that, as a new strategy, has to be, because we don't live in 2010. Or 2020 even. It's 2025, and the world is different, and you've got to suck it up in some way and just toughen up and deal with your mental well-being in a better way as well, because no one's coming to help. No one's coming to save you. So you've got to upskill on physical skills, like getting fit, for example. Really, really important, increasingly important. You've also got to upskill on mental abilities. And I don't mean moving stuff with your mind, I mean knowing how to do stuff, knowing how ChatGPT works and how to implement that into your business. Knowing how to live stream across multiple platforms, for example, and take that out and upload it to Amazon and Alexa and all of those other things. I shouldn't say that word, should I, in case she pipes up. And then learning new strategies on how to deal with challenges in 2025, because we don't live in the old world anymore. Next one up then is got to look at how much money you're spending. So you've got to optimize your business costs, your outgoings and your income. So your outgoings and your expenses are the same thing. Every single day when I get up, I have my shower, I have my coffee, and the first thing I do on the morning is I check my spreadsheet. I look at how much money's come in, how much money's gone out, and then I update the spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet gives me a running total, and at the bottom it will tell me what my profit or loss is each month. If it's negative, I'm going to make a loss. If it's positive, it means we're going to make some money, right? So we're lucky because in my business, because we have residual income coming in every single month from clients on the same day every month, which means we're in profit before we even start. And anything else that we sell on top of that is really cool because that's additional profit. But you've got to understand how much money are you spending every single day of the month, and how is that being tracked, and what can you reduce? What did we just cut out? We just cut something out. I forgot what it was. What was it? I can't remember. It was one of the streaming, Apple TV. Like we're spending, I don't know, £7 a month on Apple TV. Now it's not a lot, it's £7 a month. Still £84 a year, however much it is. But that adds up. Xbox, 15 quid. What else? Disney, a tenner. Amazon Music, £11, just gone up. Or is it £12 now? Netflix, what's the other one? Prime. Like all this stuff adds up. Before you know it, Sky Showcase. Before you know it, you're spending like £80-90 a month on entertainment, and that's over £1,000 a year. I remember asking somebody, and we went through all their finances, and they were spending like £500 a month on entertainment, and she was shocked. She wrote down theatre and concerts and drinks and food, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I spent over £500 last month. I don't even remember being entertained. Not once. Don't even remember it." And isn't that amazing? You might enjoy it at the time, but you need to get a much tighter hold on how much money you're spending, because if not, it will get away from you. And before you know it, you're spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds, which is thousands of pounds a year, on stuff that you don't even know about, you don't even use. So you have to go through all your direct debits, go through your standing orders, go get your meter readings for your gas and electricity, make sure that they're all up to date so they can adjust it accordingly. You don't want to be paying too little and end up with a large lump sum you have to pay. And conversely, you don't want to be paying too much and they're just going to hold on to that money and never give it back to you, right? So you want to get all that right. But this is important. This is your money. This is your hard-earned money. I am very aware that when somebody spends £27 on one of our training courses, for many people, that's 3 hours of their work, of their life, because £10 an hour, 30 quid, it's 32.40 including VAT. I am very aware of that. And one of the things that we've noticed is when we've tried to launch more expensive, higher ticket items, we've really struggled on that. We've had to bring the price right down because right now, where we are right now in society, people can't afford that stuff. And I totally get it. And, you should be as tight as possible. Number 7, then, you need to enhance your online presence. So in here, website, active social media, and customer reviews. So important. We did something last week and we said, who would you recommend for property sourcing or training? We asked ChatGPT, and out of the top 3, it came up with 3. I was one of them. One of our clients was another one, and one of our older clients was the other one, which is amazing. So ChatGPT came up with me and our client or our old client, which I think is totally amazing. So when we're talking about enhancing your online presence, if ChatGPT puts you in that conversation, you must be in that conversation. But also this comes about how you present yourself on social media, how you live stream, or whether you present yourself or whether you live stream. Because look, people are going to think about you whether you like it or not. You can't stop people thinking about you. So if people are going to think about you, why not have them think about you in the way that you want them to think about you? And so you can control that narrative to some extent. Obviously, who's the Italian bloke who's the chef who's in Twitter at the moment? Gino De Campo, is it? He's been a naughty boy, saying some sexual innuendo 14 years ago. So he can't control all of that, for example. It's a bad example and a good example all at the same time. But I'm sure now he will be on the offensive for putting out good content about him and his side of things and all of that kind of thing. That's how it should work. And hopefully you're not in trouble, but people are going to think about you anyway. So why not try and control that narrative? And you can do that by enhancing your online presence and making sure that those people think about you the way that you want them to think about you. And you can only do that by introducing yourself and putting yourself out there for people to take a look at. Because people are going to take a look at you anyway, so you might as well try and control that narrative to some extent. Next one is government grants and support. Not really one that I'm keen on, in all honesty. I've never asked the government for anything. I've never relied on the government for anything, but I'm quite self-sufficient. So even if I was down on my luck, I would do whatever it took in order to be not down on my luck. And not everybody has that capability. I understand that. And sometimes the safety net is there because it's a safety net and you should be using it as a safety net. So if that means housing benefit or, you're going through a tough time, especially for guys, they go through separation, they end up in a little flat, they're depressed as hell because they can't see their kids because mum just decided to say no and the courts uphold it for no other reason than they're completely and utterly sexist. Can you tell I've been through that? So, even then I didn't ask the government for any help. But it is there and it is a safety net. And if that's what you need in order to survive, to get through onto the other side, because time heals all wounds, as they say, and it might not heal them all, but it definitely heals most of them, and it takes the edge off over time. So if you're going through something right now, just keep treading water, just hang in there, and you'll get through it, and ask for some help along the way. Focus on your employees. Like, nobody ever does this. Like, on their well-being. Like, buy them a Terry's chocolate orange just for funsies. Like, give them the afternoon off. Or do you want to come in like late next week? Come in at 10 instead of 9. Like that 1 hour. Imagine having a sleep in on a. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. In fact, like just little things like that. We had one of our team members had a medical issue with their child, and they had to go to the hospital. And our team are based all around the world. We've got team members in Europe and all around the world, right? And so they had to go to hospital, and the bill came to like $500, right? And they couldn't afford it. They just couldn't afford it. So we paid it for them, which I think is a nice thing to do. Happy team is more productive, offer flexibility, training, and a positive work environment. Or just help them when they get a bill that they can't afford to pay. The guy was really struggling because it's spent up because of other medical bills. And this final medical bill couldn't afford it. So we helped pay for that. And you should help pay for that, right? I think looking after your staff is really, really important. Let's have a look. See if we've got any more messages, by the way. Designer, who was abusive earlier, says, tell your mum I says hi, and then asks, Have you got an idea? I can't see it. Have you got an idea? Hang on, I can't see it. Have you got any idea for product to sell that doesn't come from China? Yeah, you should be selling our digital marketing stuff. Why would you not be selling that? So you just go, you meet someone who needs a website, and then they say, I need a website. And so you go, oh, you should speak to my mate Dan. He can sort that out. Shall I get him to call you? And then you get 20%. So if we sell a website for 600 quid, you make 120 pounds. If we sell content marketing for 1,500 pounds, you make 300 quid in month one, and then 10% a month for the rest of the duration that that person's a client, 150 quid. Or you can go to auctions. It's funny, isn't it, how people, they're abusive and then they ask for help. And I don't mind, by the way, you can be as abusive as you like. I've stopped really caring, quite frankly, which is a real superpower, by the way. But you could go to auctions, go find some auctions, buy that stuff, and then sell it on Amazon or on eBay. Do everything that we talked about so far, which is leverage digital marketing, which means not being an arse to people that you don't know. Improve customer service, network and collaborate, diversify income streams, upskill, optimize business costs, keep your costs low, enhance your online presence, all that stuff. You can go to auctions. So there's a guy that I follow on Twitter, and he's got this dream. He's going to buy a $700,000 yacht, and he's buying and selling 700 items for which he can make £1,000 on each one. All pure profit. Okay, £1,000 profit. $1,000 profit times 700, that's his $700 yacht. So, and he's going to auctions at cost code at the way you are, obviously. So that can really help. So Taman, let me just go back to that one. Taman said, hey Taman, hope you're well. Good morning, Russian man. Private greetings from America. Respect to you. Howdy from America. Yeehaw! Outlaws for life. I'm in America next week. I'm off to Las Vegas. To Funnel Hacking Live, which is going to be really cool. Really looking forward to that. Thank you for watching, by the way. I really appreciate you commenting. What fun you're having in America this week. What fun. Oh, you got 4 more years of that. How much fun. Now, I remember seeing someone last week and they're like, I don't think I can take this much winning. And then I saw another guy who's just lost a massive order on lumber, I think it was, because all his costs have gone up 25%. Oh, he didn't lose it. All his costs have gone up 25% because he was importing lumber from Canada. And the tariffs have just wiped him out. How's that for winning? So anyway, I'm over in the States next week. So that will be interesting. Thank you for commenting. So we talked about employee well-being. That's really important. Next one is to engage with the local community. Got a really good example here. So one of the people I used to work with, one of the things that he did, I was a coach for his clients, right? And one of the things he did, it was coming up to Easter. So he went and bought all the £1 Easter eggs, like 50 of them. And then he got a picture of them all stacked up with the Morrison store manager. And then he got that picture, put it in the press, and he took those Easter eggs to like an orphanage, or I don't know, do orphanages even exist? But something like that, something like an orphanage or a place for kids, you know, basically. And it got thousands of pounds worth of press for just buying like £100 worth or £50 worth of Easter eggs, which I just thought was mind-blowingly good in terms of getting local press. But actually engaging with local community and being part of your local community. This is the thing about local communities. You are part of it. You know, I live in Spain, of course. Where we live in Benicassim, we try and spend our money locally, because we want to help the local people. The CrossFit gym, when we needed a handyman, I put in a group, anybody know a handyman? And one popped up, so we used him. We spent that money locally with people that we like and trust and we want to help. Supporting local incentives, initiatives, charities, events helps build trust and loyalty. Go help out your local soup kitchen. Like, even though none of those people are your customers, you'll meet other people who are also helping out. You meet people in all sorts of areas, and every time you meet somebody is an opportunity for you to grow your business. If done in the right way, don't go in and try and sell everything. Go in and, you know, really help your community. Go on coffee mornings at your local church, even though you might have to wear your lead-lined underwear because you're not religious. Go and help. We crowdfunded for a guy who was really down on his luck. He lost his wife, and he had, I think, 2 kids, and his house he didn't have any carpet down, for God's sake. He had nothing. Christmas was coming up. So we crowdfunded. He was in Wales, by the way, which I didn't even know who he was. But it was irrelevant who he was. It was somebody who was just down on his luck. Anyway, we crowdfunded. We raised maybe £1,000. We got some cheap carpet throughout his house. His kids had carpet on the floor. They'd never had carpet on the floor. Like, people are really down on the luck. If you can go out and help some people, why would you not do that? I think it's a wonderful thing to do. And then we had some money left over, so we got some gift vouchers for like the local toy shop, and he could go and buy some gifts and so on for his kids for Christmas. Like, go find people in your community and be known in your community, and that will help. You know, I don't believe in karma, and I believe when we die, we're dead, and that's it. We're dead before we're alive, and then we're dead after we're alive, right? And that's it. There's nothing before, there's nothing after. That's it. Quite a nihilistic view, I suppose. But while we're here, I think that we should be making an impact on as many people in a positive way as we can. So when, for example, where is it? Designer comes out with something obnoxious and rude like that reflects on you far more than it reflects on me, because I wouldn't say that to somebody, but you do. And instead of being a twat, and we say this at every podcast, by the way, instead of being a twat, you don't have to. That is a choice. You could actually just be really nice. But if your natural thing is to go and be not nice to somebody online, that really is who you are. And I think you probably need to work on that in the nicest possible way, because you don't need to be like that. Nobody needs to be like that. But it's a choice, a decision. Maybe you're just having a bad day. Maybe your girlfriend dumped you. And if you had a girlfriend, maybe she would. This is the funny thing about abuse on podcast shows, is that it's just one-way traffic. You can tell me whatever. First up, I can choose to put it on screen or not. And second up, I can then choose whether to just have a go back at you just because you were virgin. Doesn't mean that you don't comment nasty things. Anyway, I hope you find that useful. I do enjoy that stuff. It used to bother me. Now it doesn't bother me. Now I get quite excited by it, which is a bit weird. I'll just run through the 10 things again, and then if you've got any questions, you can ask them, and if not, we'll end the live stream. So, leveraging digital marketing, improving customer service, networking events. Got to get you to networking events. Get your business cards out to networking events. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to show you. Who's to have them here? Not in there. I'm going to show you one of my business cards. If you go to networking events, this is a business card that you need. So here we go. So there you go. It's got your picture on it. It's got a call to action on it. Okay. And then this is the magic, folks, right here. When it opens up, oh, look at that. It's got a call to action, got a load of stuff. And also it's got a place for you to make notes. Also says something about referrals. And then on the back, another call to action saying book your strategy call. That is the best business card you'll ever see. The number of times I've stood on stage and said, I will give you a free coaching session if you've got a better business card. Not once have I given away a free coaching session, because not once. With thousands of people, have I ever seen a better business card. Get your business card sorted. Met them. Awesome. Need your picture on the front. We've got a podcast, one of the early podcasts, like number 5 or something, talks about business cards. You should have an amazing business card for when you go to networking events. And the other thing is, if you notice, it's shiny, right? You can see that, I think. But on the inside, here, it's not. The shiny bit, if you've ever tried to write on a business card, you can't. That's why on the inside, it's matte, and you can write on it so people can make notes. Speak to Dan about buying a website. Speak to Dan about being an affiliate, whatever that happens to be. Diversify income streams, build some online training, folks. Makes a massive difference to your income streams. Tap into any good grants. You know, if you're going through a tough time, the government's there to help. Focus on employee well-being. And of course, we forgot your own well-being is just as important as employee well-being. And then engage with people, like locally, engage with your local community. And that, my friends, will do us for today. I hope you had some benefit out of that.
Hey, it's Dan here. Thank you for listening. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Please click like or subscribe to the entire podcast.